Got another really cool lock clamped up in vise for you. It's another one of the ones that Chris Ahrens sent me. This time it's a Stanley with a Schlage core, but not just any Schlage core. It's a challenge lock pinned by Supallama, and it's actually a pretty fun lock to pick. It's got a hellacious amount of tension on that key. I mean, it takes a lot to turn it, so that has made this thing difficult to pick, to say the least. And that being said, I've picked it a couple of times. And every time I've picked it, I wasn't totally sure that I've picked it until I just gave it more attention and it turned. So we'll go ahead and start out with one of my old picks here. We'll click from one. I'll click out of the back of the lock there. Okay, that was pin 2 and it put me into a false set. Now, what I found at the false set, I need a deeper hook. So I'm going to start out with the deepest hook I can really put in here. This lock really threw me for a loop a lot early on because of the spring tension. I never really stuck the key in it to turn it to feel what it was like. Okay, back to my false set. That was me sliding off of a pin. Like I said, I can't really feel any clicks in here, so it's essentially I'm not calling stuff out because of that. A little bit of difficulty getting underneath that last pin. I'm going to try to get underneath it with my other pick here. I mean, this pick here is pretty much on its last legs. And I'm dropping my tension wrench. Maybe that's a good sign. Okay, so I've still got my false set. Nothing on one. Push that back in there. There we go. Okay, I've got a little bit deeper false set. Okay, trying to get underneath that last pin again. Let's see if I can do it without the shotgun. Maybe, maybe not. Not sure if I did or not there. Like I said, clicks on this lock is not a guarantee. Okay, maybe I got that last pin this time. Ah, pin 3 held me up there. It's just kind of a weird thing. I feel like I'm jabbing at that lock with, I don't know, kind of like a chicken with its head cut off, a little bit blindly, just running around. But it did pick it open finally, so I get to gut it for you and see what Supallama stuck in here. And I'm never taking one of these apart, so I imagine I gotta remove that. Well, those didn't fit. Let's see what else I've got here. Maybe this will fit. Hey, there you go. That Torx fit in there just fine. Okay, there's the shackle. If I can get that spring out. Looks like the key turned back on me here. Wouldn't expect the key not to turn if the shackle is out. Let me see if I can't. Nope. That spring is just in my way. Give me just a second here. Change our angle just a little bit so I can get in here and just work on this thing. See if I can't pull the spring out with a pair of pliers. And there we go. And that is an Allen head, but I don't think this is going to fit. No. Give me a second, guys. Let me get my Allen set out. As soon as I remember where I stuck it. Go figure. Actually put my Allen sets where they belong. That's a novel idea. Let's see. Maybe a 3/32 might fit that. Nope. 5/64. Yep. There we go. All right, here come all the parts. Okay, put those over there. Bring the camera back around. And we'll continue to take this thing apart, shall we? So there's our spinner. Nice drill protection. Very, very hard here. This plate is very tough on these locks. There's a little plate that goes on here. I imagine that's for the actuator. Or key retaining or not, I'm not sure. This is actually the first one of these I've been into, so. Okay. Just got to remember that those notches go towards the top. Alright, so I'm going to need the key to get this. And we dig a shim out here too, because I'm thinking there's a T-pin inside of here or two. And all the key pins are working nicely. They all had to be picked. And everything is threaded. From the lack of crunching and everything I got inside of this thing, I wouldn't have imagined that everything was threaded. Just couldn't feel that. And there you go. There's all the threads. Yeah, here's one of those weird-ass pins. Whew. Pin 3 is either non-existent or stuck. Let me give it a good whack on the bench here. Not coming out. Pin 4 is a pretty wicked pin and pin here. Kind of knurled and then almost like a little brad. Let's go ahead and flip this out. See if we can get the rest of it out. Okay, I've got another pin and pin here. And looks like 5 might be stuck as well. Okay, so I've got more stuck pins. Pins in chamber 5 and chamber 3 are all stuck. It looks like I might damage this top the way it's crimped if I try to just peel this off to get those out. So give me just a second. I'm going to verify that thought. Yep. It's going to wind up breaking that. So let me see if I can grip it now with the pliers and just slide it out. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay. Spring from 3. Spring from 4. Spring from 5 is trapped on the pin. I'm not going to try not to stretch it out here. I'm going to punch pin 3 out. Okay, and I'm going to take a very small Allen wrench. And punch out 5. If it'll let... Holy shit, that's stuck. It's actually bending my Allen wrench. Okay, so 5. I'm not going to be able to take out right now. I'll have to repair the lock, but when I put it back together to see what it is. I think it's, from what I can see of it here, I think it's going to be similar to what's in 2 and 3 over here. I did get it to slip a little bit there, though. Maybe I could punch it out the back. Okay, I got it peeking out here now, actually. There it is. Man. And the spring. There we go. You can see right there where the spring was wrapped around it. Alright, what do we have back here? Let's start at the front. And let me just scratch this a little bit here. Okay. I've got threads in everything up top as well. Man. So let's look at these crazy, crazy pins that we've got in here. You guys are going to like these. I guarantee it. Okay. So all the key pins are standard, but there's magic all around the top of this thing. Let me set this T-pin back in here. All right, got everything arranged. Okay. So here in 1, I've got a single serrated. And here's where the really interesting ones come in. 2, it's a steel T-pin, kind of like that little brad nail head with 2 floating wafers on it. And it's T-pinished down towards the bottom with a very, very sharp lip. And 3 is very similar to 2, except for it has 3 floating rings on it. Very much like the, I think the Dom wafer pins. Crazy stuff. Then check out this guy. It's knurled. Kind of like a a very, very fine dragon pin or something like that. But it has this really, really long brad poking through it. It looks like a brad nail, like a cut off one. And poking through with like a pin and pin there. Then 5 is a lot like the pin on 2. It's a looks like a brad nail that's been hammered down on one end, and it's got 3 of those floating rings on it. And then I've got a pin and pin for chamber 6 as well. Lots of pin work done to the top of this thing, and that makes me understand why I wasn't feeling a whole lot of crunch. My feedback was pretty limited, and I think I actually got a little bit lucky with a couple of these things being stuck. So if they weren't stuck, I probably would still be working on this one, guys. So, Supallama, awesome lock, man. And Chris Ahrens, thank you very, very much for sending it to me. I highly appreciate it. And everyone else, stay safe, don't do anything illegal, and as always, please like, comment, and subscribe.